Hello, everybody. This is the Hurricane, and welcome to NFL Against the Odds. I am the Hurricane with my man Brian from Boston, as he's rocking the Red Sox hat, circa 1976. To my immediate left, and we're here to talk about gambling in the NFL and make picks on 16 games a week versus the spread. Keep the tallies, find out how we do, and it'll be amazing if we can be over 500. But we'll see over the entirety of an NFL schedule just how well both of us will do. And we all know that gambling in the NFL is intrinsically related, okay? Intrinsically related. But it's gone from the black market and the bookies now to where some places, such as Rhode Island, where sports gambling is legal. And we're going to talk about that and a whole bunch more throughout the entire year here. But this is a pick show and a pick show first. But before we dive into that, 100 years of football, Brian, unbelievable what this has turned into.
Who would have ever dreamt that technology would advance to this level? To where we're doing podcasts. I mean,
fantasy football leagues. Fantasy football is $1 billion industry now. It's amazing.
Multi-billion.
The hold that football has on us as a nation is incredible, without a doubt. And around New England, we've been blessed for the team that everybody loves to hate. That's right, the sixth time. I said sixth time. Give me a Ric Flair one more time. Sixth time world champion Tom Brady, the New England Patriots.
Woo!
Oh, yeah, there we go right there, okay? 6 times. Will they win it again? Who knows? The AFC is stacked. Young guns. Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham in Cleveland, ready to take the Pats out, so they say. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and the boys from KC, they're ready to give the Patriots a challenge. They think they got robbed last year with the overtime rules, and maybe they did. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to remember. They're going to remember the Pats as the Super Bowl champions. In the NFC, you got Dallas. They got big questions. You got Philadelphia. They got rid of Nick Foles and went with Wentz and gave him a ton of money. We'll see how that works out in the city of brotherly love. In New Orleans, they got an axe to grind. Drew Brees, Sean Payton, and the boys, they think they got robbed last year. So there are a lot, I mean a lot of subplots going into this year of the NFL. What I do know for sure is some teams that we think will be up will certainly be down. And some teams that we said would be down will definitely be up, because that is the nature of the NFL. That is the type of parity. That is the structure the owners and the financiers of this league have put together to keep everybody interested. Everybody interested. It's not as much as a tier system as there are in some of the other sports, basketball and baseball preferably. The NFL does a great job of keeping this league competitive. Hence the saying, on any given Sunday, anybody can beat anybody else. We are going to hop into some of the picks right now. And Brian, I believe we're going to start off with another screw job Odell gave the Patriots, taking them away from the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember how long it's been since that's happened. They put them on Sunday night, I believe, or a Sunday night feature game.
Yep.
But to kick off the 100th anniversary of the NFL, it's not the Patriots, because Odell doesn't want to get his ass booed out the stadium like what happened in Foxborough. So he plays it safe, screws the Pats and their fans again, and we're dealing with an NFC Central black and blue division rivalry, the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. What is the line in that, and where we going with
The
it?
line on that is 3.
Yeah.
Also to point out, too, it's the coaching debut for Matt LaFleur.
Sure. And him and Reisman having some problems, right?
Yeah.
Memo,
not seeing eye to
memo
eye.
to the coach. Don't tug on Superman's cape. Don't spit in the wind. Don't take the mask off the Lone Ranger. And do not give Aaron Rodgers any shit in Green Bay. Okay? Know your role, brother. And you're number 2 in Green Bay. That's for sure. We all know who number 1 is. What's the line again? Let's go. Let's get this
Chicago
rock
by
and roll.
3.
Chicago by 3. I'm going to go up to the Packers. I'm going to go with the quarterback. I know Chicago was a couple of field goals away from last year from doing real big things. But still, second year, more tape on Trubinsky, more tape on the Bears. Defensively, they'll be there. Offensively, I'm not so sure. I like the quarterback, Rodgers, to play well late in the game and for Green Bay to cover the 6. My pick is the Green Bay Packers, and cheeseheads around the country will be drunk on Thursday night. You can guarantee that, because they like to drink. They like to drink and eat cheese in Milwaukee.
And bratwurst, too.
And bratwurst. So there you go, brother.
Okay, next up, first game on Sunday, Atlanta at Minnesota.
Atlanta at Minnesota. I love the Vikings here. I'm selling the Falcons. I think they had their window, like some teams do. I think their quarterback takes up too much money now. I'm not buying the Falcons. I'm going with Cousins. I'm going with the defense. I'm going with the culture the head coach is bringing there. Okay, I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings laying 3.5.
Okay, next up, Washington goes to Philly.
Washington Redskins are one of the biggest jokes in sports. And it sucks, too, because their fans are great. They got a big fan base. Their franchises with big money, but they just don't produce on the field. Ever since they got that new owner and all his money, it hasn't worked. Bad decision after bad decision. Coaching change after coaching change. It doesn't work. This is a high number, 8.5, but I'm going with the Eagles, Wentz, Jeffries, Deshaun Jackson, and some of the new-look Eagles. I'm going with the Eagles big in this one, laying the 8.5.
Okay, next we have the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. It's the coaching debut for one Mr. Adam Gase.
And there's an interesting story behind this. It's a little ancestral. For all the coaches in college and all the coaches in the CFL and the NFL, you're going to hire somebody that was fired in the same division as you a couple of years
Last
before.
year.
Explain this to me, Brian, please.
Last year.
Tell me what is going on with this.
He
It
was-
sounds like General Hospital, not like the NFL. Tell me what's going on here.
Well, what's happening with that is Adam Gase was the coach of the Dolphins last year. He got let go. Brian Flores was brought in, and the Jets turned around and hired Gase as their head coach.
Unbelievable. Of all the coaches in the world, they had to go to somebody right down the street from him who gets fired in their same division. Absolutely crazy. We wish Flores luck because he's a Patriot, okay? But it's going to take a while in Miami, okay? I'm going with the Jets, and I love the Le'Veon Bell pickup for them, too, and the young quarterback, Sam Donald. So we'll go with him as well. And we'll go with the Jets laying 3 to Buffalo.
Speaking of Miami, Baltimore pays them a visit.
Baltimore does pay them a visit, okay? And I love what they got going on in Baltimore. They got Lamar Jackson. They got a great defense, okay? They got a history. They got a culture of winning, okay? Miami has neither. They have a new coach in Brian Flores, okay? It's going to be interesting what he can do there. We're rooting for him again. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, how many times are you going to try to play that one-trick pony? I love him. He's a talent. He's a gambler. He plays hard. He's a gamer. But at the end of the day, is he a guy that's going to carry you through an NFL season? I'm not so sure if he's durable or good enough to do that. I'm going with the Ravens and their young quarterback and their defense and their head coach. We're going to give the points to Miami. We're going to take the Ravens -5. We'll be back with more NFL Against the Odds right after this.
Life around here can be hard. Money's tight, unemployment's high, and sometimes opportunity seems too far away. You work hard and often. At times, you might not have the time or the energy to fight. The insurance companies in corporate America have endless resources and their pockets are full, and they don't fight fair. That's why when it comes to your legal matters, you need someone who's fought them and won over and over again. Someone who's going to take it personally, not get intimidated, not get bullied or pushed around for an early or unjust settlement. My record is proven. The results are clear. Let me and my firm fight for you when you need it most.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to NFL Against the Odds. I am your boy, the Hurricane, and we are picking our way through the first week of the NFL season, as we will do every week here at Broadcast City. You are listening to NFL Against the Odds with the Hurricane and my man, Brian from Boston. So far, I have picked Green Bay over the Bears, getting 3. I have picked the Vikings, giving 3 to the Falcons. I have picked the Eagles, the Jets, and the Ravens. So far. Okay? So far, I've gone over with quarterbacks and culture over hype and new toys. You feel me? Because I'm not that young anymore. All right? I'm not that gullible anymore. I'm not going to, break out in tears over the joys of the Cleveland Browns just because of what they have on paper. I'm not going to do it with Kansas City yet, and I'm not going to do it with L.A. yet. You gotta win something first.
Of course.
So I'm going to stick with the Pats and the Ravens and the Steelers and some more experienced, proven commodities. Because I think at the end of the day, that is what happens in the National Football League.
It certainly does.
But next up, we got, I guess, 2 new coaches. No, we got Kyle Shanahan for San Fran against Bruce Arians in Tampa.
Yes, we do.
And what is the number on that game?
Tampa is favored by 1.
Favored by 1. I'll tell you what. Thank God we traded Jimmy Garoppolo. Thank God we put that financial burden on the 49ers. I believe he takes up 27% of their salary cap. Has been a huge disappointment for the dollar in San Francisco. Okay? Jimmy G hasn't turned out the prodigy that many thought he would be. Jimmy G gets paid big ching. Okay? And to get money like that, you got to perform like that, not how he has. And he's injury prone. You ever hear that song by Garth Brooks? Some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Well, Patriots Nation, get on your knees and pray that for some of you who wanted to keep Jimmy G, that for some reason it did not happen. It did not happen, and thank God. I'm going with Tampa, Jameis Winston, Bruce Arians in a tight one, but I am taking Tampa, and I am selling the 49ers, as you'll see later on in the year. Next up, Kansas City versus Jacksonville, right? I believe.
Kansas City and Jacksonville, the AFC runners-up. They are favored by 3.5 over the previous year's AFC runner-up.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, who have a new quarterback in Nick Foles. Have a great guy run their organization, Tom Coughlin, formerly head coach of Giants, formerly the head coach of BC football, who's had winners everywhere he's went. Patriots Nation knows all about Tom Coughlin, but he just hasn't turned the corner as expected in Jacksonville. Nick Foles an upgrade. Their defense is great. Their quarterback, Ramsey's one of the best in football. But I'm going with the heir apparent, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Shady McCoy, and the rest, Travis Kelce, and the rest of the high-powered, high-flying Kansas City Chiefs offense. I'm thinking Kansas City -3 in this one.
We were talking about the hype machine that is the Cleveland Browns. They host the Tennessee Titans, or as I like to call them, the Fighting Vrabels.
The Fighting Vrabels and the Expatriates. Sounds like a 60s doo-wop band. Mariota, I'm not sold on. I am sold on Vrabel. I think they will get it done. I'm not sure they get the answer quarterback. The Browns, in all of their hype, they better win this game. And they better cover too. Because they are getting a ridiculous amount of hype. Mayfield, Beckham, and
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, the change of culture in Cleveland. Now it's Believe Land. But can they climb the mountain in their division? Are they ready to beat the Steelers and beat the Ravens and overtake them in division? I do not think so. I'm selling the Browns for the year, but I'm taking them in this game, giving 5.5 to Tennessee.
Okay, next up, we have the Super Bowl runners-up from last year, the LA Rams,
Yeah.
taking on the Carolina Panthers.
How many nightmares does Sean McVay have about that Super Bowl?
Uh,
That was one of the worst Super Bowls you've ever watched. I mean, I loved it because of the Pats, and that's all I really cared about. But it wasn't well played. Wasn't that particularly well coached. The Rams didn't have a good showing for themselves. They're in LA. They're struggling for a fan base. I think they'll do okay. I like their quarterback. I like their offensive scheme. I like how they want to play fast. Obviously, Donald and Sue and the boys on the defensive end are unbelievable. Carolina, too many questions about Cam Newton. I love McCaffrey. I love Luke Kuechly, the linebacker from BC. Great young talent, just not enough to beat the Rams. I'm taking the Rams -3.
Yeah, I would think that Sean McVay wakes up with cold sweats every night.
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay.
You never know when you're gonna get there again. Let's remember Dan Marino. He thought he'd be there every other year. He got through his rookie year and never again. Take advantage of that opportunity when it is in front of you. You know the things your grandparents used to tell you? The harder you work, the luckier you get, the earlier bird gets the worm. Okay? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Yes, it is.
Believe me.
Okay, next up, Detroit goes to Arizona.
Detroit is going to Arizona. I'm going to take Detroit here. I like Stafford. I like Patricia. Okay, the Cars have too many questions, but they're going to be the team that I want to watch a lot in the NFL because I want to see. I like Kingsbury. I like the hire. Young, brash, bold, put people in the stands, score lots of points. Kyler Murray, I like him too. He's obviously a 1% athlete, world-class talent, big-time pick in baseball, a bigger pick in football. I can't wait to watch him. I'm just not sure they're going to be ready at week 1. I'm going with the Lions -2.5.
Okay, next up, the Cincinnati Bengals in Seattle. Seattle is favored by 9.5.
Tell me one reason I should pick the Bengals. If you give me one reason, I'll take them. One reason of merit.
They don't have any more jailbirds on their team.
No, I like the deal, but I like Pac-Man. I like Pac-Man Jones. Brick, I didn't like, but no, not a good enough reason. Okay, I'm going with Seattle. Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll, the defense. Arguably the most difficult place to win on the road in the NFL. The 12th man. Who's going to be the 12th man there? Russell Wilson again, one of the best. I'm going with the Seahawks at home in that one, giving up a big 9.5.
Next up, it's Indy against the Chargers. Of course, the whole thing with Andrew Luck retiring, that's not going to go over very well, and hasn't gone over very well.
One of the most disgusting things I have ever seen in sports in my life was Andrew Luck getting booed, walking off the field when the story of his retirement leaked. I mean, you kidding me? These people are supposed to be God-fearing, people of the heartland, kind, considerate, gracious, humble folk. And they turn into the devil just like that and stop booing a kid that has given him their all. You know what I mean? Who have kept the level of success relatively close to what they had with Peyton Manning. He's a guy that brought them deep in the playoffs, a handful of times. Young kid, banged up. Are you kidding me? You're going to boo that kid? He left $500 million on the table potentially. And you're going to boo Andrew Luck? Shame on you. Okay? I like Brissett. I like Frank Reich. I'm going against Indy. I'm going to go with Phillip Rivers in the Chargers. Keep an eye on Phillip Rivers because he's a great quarterback, but he's running out of chances to do big things in the playoff, and that's the one void that he has in his resume, certainly.
And also the Melvin Gordon holdout doesn't help either.
Yeah. How long has Gordon been there for, by the way? And can you give him a little more insight on that holdout?
This is his walk year. So what happens is when a player holds out, they have until week 10 to come back, or they lose the service time that goes along with it, and the Chargers are definitely going to hold them to that. From what
You're eating lunch, and you said that they're playing hardball.
Oh, they are definitely playing hardball,
and they certainly are.
and they basically said when if he does walk away for the season, when he comes back, he's still going to be under the same contract.
So we will see as contract drama with big-time running backs exists in San Diego and in Dallas.
Okay, Giants and Dallas.
I am going with the Giants, baby, the G-Men. That's right. Okay? And I got a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans, but I don't like teams with turmoil coming out of camp. I'm not sold on Dak Prescott as the $30 to $35 million man. Okay? You never hear people talking about money with the Patriots. It's that kind of culture that wins. Dallas, they refuse to get on board with it. There are all kinds of individuals want all kinds of things. And I'm hearing money too much, and I'm hearing team too less. Okay? It's about the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back of the jersey. And the Cowboys need to figure that out with their young talent. I'm going with the Giants and Eli. They are back to Giant football. They got rid of the bad eggs in Beckham and some of the personality characteristics and traits that him and others brought to the team. They're going back to the beat you up, humble Giants. They got a big time quarterback that they drafted, that they took a lot of heat for. But it's going to be Eli's show to start the season. I look for the Giants to cover the 7. I'm going with the G-Men against the Cowboys.
And then we have Sunday night, banner night at Gillette Stadium.
Brady and Belichick and the boys all day long. I love the Steelers. I expect them to have a great season, but Brady just owns the Pittsburgh Steelers in big games, and that theme will continue. The Pats are going to be lights out on defense. I think the Pats are going to be set up for a very special year this year, and I'm going with the Pats again, giving 6 against Big Ben, Juju, and Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And then we have the Monday twofer. Houston travels to New Orleans. New Orleans has an axe to grind.
Yeah, they do. But let me tell you something. I'm going with Houston. I'm going with Deshaun Watson. I'm going with Hopkins. I'm going with J.J. Watt and the boys. I'm going with Bill O'Brien and game plan. I think this is going to be an upset. I think Houston's going to cover the 7. And I think New Orleans is coming in. They're angry. They're flying high. You know, they're looking for revenge. I think that they're going to lose a little focus here. I love Breeze. I love the coach. They're going to get it. I mean, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But I think week 1 at home, I think Houston sneaks up on them, and the game is much closer than people think. I'm going with Houston getting 7.
All right, and last and certainly least, Denver travels to the Coliseum.
Have you ever been there? It's no mausoleum, I'll tell you that. Oakland fans are batshit crazy. It is Halloween. All 8 home games, all 8 playoff games. Have you ever been to a Raiders game?
I have not.
It is absolutely insane. It is the closest you'll get to a hell-like criminality mentality that you ever will. You got to go across the pond to run around with some soccer hooligans from Chelsea or Millwall, okay, or West Ham, okay, until you find fans like the Raiders do in the NFL. It is like 80,000 people all out on bail. It is absolutely crazy. They will be wild. It's the last season in Oakland, potentially. I'm going with Gruden. I'm going with Carr. I'm going with Antonio Brown. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders. I am Hurricane. We will be back right after this. At So Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash today. That's right, cash money immediately for your old appliances, old automobiles, metal wire, and scrap salvage. XL has 3 locations in the South Coast. 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Asona. nobody will pay you more than Excel. At Excel Recycling, we want to turn your trash into cash. Come see us again at 17 Hill Road in New Bedford, 37 Charlotte White Road in Westport, and 15 Ridge Hill Road in Assonet. Welcome back to NFL Against the Odds. I am Hurricane, joined along with my main man, Brian from Boston. And now it's time to get the counterpunch. The counterpunch. You got to look out for a good counterpuncher, because really, do you see it coming? And he's going to counterpunch holes through a few of my picks. Brian, what picks of mine do you have a problem with?
Well, I got to say, I like the Bears over
So
Green
the
Bay.
first pick you got a problem
The
with.
first pick I got a problem with.
Okay, tell me why.
First one.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
I new coach in Green Bay, Matt LaFleur, not getting along with his
Rodgers?
star quarterback.
Okay.
Defense for the Bears.
Yeah.
I think that they win. I think that 3 line is
Low. Really? I'm going with the Packers. They always play well on national TV. Okay. Anytime I'm getting points, okay, against a team that I've achieved more than they have, okay, with a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady or a Big Ben, I'm going with the quarterback here. I made my decision on the quarterback. I'll live and die with Aaron Rodgers against Trubisky, and the 3 is just a bonus. Well, what's the next one you got a problem with?
Second one I have is Arizona.
Really?
Really.
Yeah,
Really.
but I love Kingsbury.
I love Kingsbury
But
too.
it's going to take some time. So tell me what your problem is.
Well, because I think it's going to take time for Detroit too, and I think Matt Patricia is in way over his head.
It's going to be interesting. We'll find out. We'll find out. I don't think this high potent offense is going to click into gear as quickly as everybody says that it may. It's going to be interesting to see whether the players buy in, if they have some hard times. There's lots of questions there, okay? There's lots of questions. I'm going with Stafford over the young man. And I'm making this pick the first game of the season. I may not make it at 16, and I reserve the right to change my mind,
Sure.
but I'm going to make it in this one.
Sure, absolutely.
What's next? You have a problem with
And-
a lot? Yeah? Go ahead.
Denver. I
Really?
have Denver. I think their defense is better. I think Oakland is a dumpster fire. I think John Gruden, truthfully, is my least favorite head coach of all time.
Yeah. Tell me how you really feel.
He's horrible.
Why? Tell me.
He won 1 Super Bowl with somebody else's team, and he wound up making a career on ESPN off of it.
I thought it was great on TV.
I don't.
I'm not sure how he's going to be on the sidelines, but I'm going with that hysteria. I'm going with the black hole. I'm going with the biggest, most notorious hooligan-ass fans in the National Football League. Flacco and the Broncos aren't ready. They're a franchise in flux. How much they committed to Elway, how much they committed to him making all the decisions. You know, I'm going to go with Oakland there. I really am. It's a pick. I'm going to take the home team. There's not going to be many games left in Oakland, in Alameda County, in Oakland Alameda Stadium, okay? The worst stadium in the NFL for the worst fans and a franchise with the worst reputation. I love everything about Oakland, okay? I'm going with the Raiders in this one again. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked NFL Against the Odds. Don't forget, we're going to be doing this every single week. We're looking to release the show Monday and Tuesday of the week, so you guys have plenty of time to listen to us and make your decisions, accordingly. And also, Broadcast City here on 663 Beverly Street. We're going to continue to bring you quality programming. I am the Hurricane. This is the first of many. Thank you for taking time to listen to us. I want to thank my Vice President of Production and Talent Creation, my man James Capra right there, my man Brian Damaris to the left of me, and I, of course, am the Hurricane Mike Herron. We will see you next time. Same bat channel.